You. Vanessa Sturman is a plant-based health coach, and earlier she shared a few tips with me to help make your Christmas dinner suitable for all.
Yeah, so there's, first of all, so many ways that we can do this. And also just remembering that, it doesn't have to be stressful. And actually, it's a lot of the time, it's the things we end up adding into dishes that we didn't necessarily need to add that make it not accessible to everyone else. So if you think about something like Christmas dinner and Christmas Day, most of what goes on the table is actually vegetables. You've got your lovely roast potatoes, you've got your sprouts. I know that divides the nation a little bit. You might have red cabbage dishes. And a way of making all of those, first of all, accessible to everyone is to not necessarily use butter. Now, that's going to be a problem for people who are vegan, plant-based, people who have a dairy allergy. Using just oil instead is a great step to make sure everyone can eat those. And then when it comes to, say, the centerpiece, often people are using a turkey, and so many more people now are vegetarian, they're vegan for health reasons, ethical reasons, the environment. And so making a centerpiece like a lovely nut roast or lentil and seed roast, which would also help people who've got nut allergies, is a great way of making sure everyone's very included. And, things like oil and vegan butter, it's not going to change the taste of anything, but it is going to include people more. So that's my first tip to make sure that Christmas dinner is nice and easy.
Or is it also being a bit more prepared and looking at maybe different ingredients that you can use? And maybe prepping ahead of time?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can do that with pretty much anything. So one of the things that me and my family love to prep ahead of time is a cauliflower cheese. Now, usually people might think, oh, that's more dairy again, and that's just vegetarian. But you can make that completely plant-based by, say, using, again, oil or vegan butter, a plant-based milk, and also a plant-based cheese. And that's a great one to prep ahead. Put it in the fridge, make it on Christmas Eve, and then put it in the oven the next day. And even things like your nut roast, or maybe even making a pie for your centerpiece for Christmas dinner, like a big mushroom pie with puff pastry on the top, which is also often dairy free, making that the night before, again, put it in your fridge, and then you've got more time for presents on Christmas Day.
I'm not great with digesting lactose, so I've discovered even more lactose-free cheeses this year. I just buy them up thinking, oh, that's great. I need to stock up on that. I've got at least 4 packs in my fridge at the moment. You can make sure I shall get through those between now and maybe the end of January with the amount that I'm going to cook up. But you live a plant-based life. How long have you done that? And is there are lots that differs, at Christmas apart from the meat?
Do you know what? There really, really isn't. I've been plant-based for 8 years, and then my parents, who I go home to for Christmas, they've been plant-based for about 5 years. And we are foodie lovers. You would love to be in our house at Christmas. There is chocolate, there's treats, there's cheese, and none of that really changed. Just what we were buying changed, some cooking techniques changed, and there are so many plant-based meats. I know people love the sausages and the bacon at Christmas. Those plant-based meats, which are also, don't forget, better for the environment and still better for your health, there are so many available that we do not miss out in any way, shape, and form. And don't forget, originally, and this is great news, chocolate originally comes from a plant. So we still make, and I know I'm bound to do this tomorrow with my dad, making plant-based chocolate truffles. And I used to make them even before I was plant-based. But we just now use coconut milk instead of cream. And you can also get plant-based cream. So we make these truffly chocolates dipped in, either a plant-based white chocolate or a plant-based milk chocolate. It is all happening. I'm going to have a queue at the door now for everyone to come to my house at Christmas.
And for people like me who just don't do sprouts, I have to have a different veg on the side. What would you go for if you weren't going to have a sprout with a Christmas dinner?
Oh, I think I'd go for my sort of braised red cabbage dish, which we put in a big wok, add cranberries, bit of cranberry sauce, some chestnuts, maybe a little bit of chopped up plant-based bacon if you want to kind of give it an extra smoky flavor, or just add some smoked paprika to that. I think that's what I'd go for. And lovely also to put that in a sandwich or something like that for that big Christmas stacked sandwich the next day.
Wonderful. And where can we find out more about your work?
Oh, so if you want some lovely recipes and health advice, I've got a group called How to Go Plant Based on Facebook. And this is for anyone. I encourage everyone to eat more plant based food, no matter what their nutritional preference is, because that is going to help your healthy environment and the animals. And you do not have to do it 100%. So everyone is welcome just to have a bit of fun with food there. Or you can find me on Instagram under Vanessa Sturman.
Enjoy your dinner, Vanessa. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Enjoy yours too.